Well, hello there. How are you today? You know, I think about Christmas presents. I remember one time as a kid that I was sitting there with my other children, and my little sister got a present she didn't like, and she picked it up and she looked at it and she threw it away and said, "I don't want that." And she wanted something else. And I think about that today, and I want to ask you a question. Are you going to reject your gift? Are you going to not accept it? Here's what the Word of God says in 1 Kings 11, 7 through 11. Furthermore, on the hill east of Jerusalem, Solomon built a high place for the detestable Moabite god Chemosh, and for the detestable Ammonite god Milcom. He built high places for all his foreign wives so that they could burn incense and make sacrifices to their gods. The Lord was angry with Solomon because he had shifted his allegiance away from the Lord, the God of Israel, who had appeared to him on 2 occasions. And he had warned him about this very thing so that he would not follow other gods. But he did not obey the Lord's command. So the Lord said to Solomon, "Because you insist on doing these things and have not kept the conventional rules I gave you, I will surely tear the kingdom away from you and give it to your servant." You know, we have a real danger today in knowing the truth. You know, G.I. Joe, one of those gifts that we give at Christmas time, there used to be a program out, and it said, in G.I. Joe, it said, "Now you know, and knowing's half the battle." God didn't call you to be mixed with the world in Him. You've got to choose a side someplace. You've got to choose and decide, am I going to conform to the world, or am I going to take on the likeness of God and conform to heaven? Am I going to set my affections on things above, or am I going to set it here on earth? So many times we slip up and we fail, we fall. We get wrapped up in things that we shouldn't be wrapped up in. We get wrapped up in things we shouldn't get wrapped up in. And yet we come around in our conscience because of God's great love. He sits and tells us, hey, you're messing up. Hey, you're messing up. He promises He'll never leave you and forsake you. I think it's time that we make a decision not to reject the gift of life that God gave us. Proverbs 24:16 says, "Although a righteous person may fall 7 times, he gets up again." And I think that's an important thing, that we need to get up again. You fall off a horse, get on the horse and ride off again. Don't let the devil tear you away. But the rest of Proverbs 24:16 says, "But the wicked will be brought down by calamity." I know bad things happen to good people, and maybe you've experienced them. But Jesus said He'd never leave you or forsake you. Don't reject the good gift of God, His grace. God bless you. This is Pastor Jerry with another slice of toast from the bread of life.